Are you really making the most of your time? During the COVID-19 pandemic, video games weren't just entertainment, they became a lifeline. A study from the State Journal revealed that 71% of players increased their gaming time, with 58% reporting a positive impact on their well-being. For many, it was a way to stay connected, find purpose, and make the most of their time in isolation. But here's the real question. Are you only mindful of time when the world forces you to slow down? The 1,000 Marble story is a powerful reminder that time is limited. Watch as one man took a simple jar of 1,000 marbles, each representing a Saturday of his life, and turned it into a real-life countdown. A way to measure and make the most of his time, almost like a daily quest in a game. So how are you using the time you have left? Watch this eye-opening story and discover how to cherish every moment before it's gone, and learn how to untap your potential. Welcome to Untapping Your Potential, where we will share with you motivational stories, motivational figures, comeback stories, and public speaking tips that will keep you growing and inspire you to take action. Robert was the definition of ordinary. A mid-level employee at a corporate firm, he wasn't exactly the best in his field, but he wasn't bad either. Just there. He lived alone in a small studio apartment, content with the routine of work, eat, sleep, and repeat. It wasn't that he hated his job. It provided stability. But deep down, he knew he wasn't happy either. Hobbies? Robert had written those off as childish indulgences. Jogging, going to the gym, or even socializing at bars or clubs all seemed like too much effort. Life had become a blur of paychecks and predictable weekends spent scrolling through social media and watching others live the kind of life he never had. And then one night, everything changed. Robert was slouched on his couch, phone in hand, mindlessly scrolling. Another short-form video, another so-called motivational speaker. His thumb hovered, ready to swipe past, but then the man on the screen said something that made him curious. Do you know how many Saturdays you have left? The speaker, Tony, stood under the glow of warm stage lights, a dark backdrop behind him as if speaking from the void. If you retire at 75, you might only have 1,000 Saturdays left. 1,000 chances to do something that matters. What are you doing with yours? Robert's stomach twisted. He had 1,000 Saturdays, 1,000. But what was he doing with them? His friends traveled, went to concerts, and dressed up for nights out. Robert didn't have the time or money like that. But was that really true? Did he even try to go out recently? Tony smirked like he knew precisely what Robert was thinking. You know what I did, he said? I counted marbles. The crowd murmured. And Tony explained how he got the idea from an old Japanese tradition, making 1,000 paper cranes grants you a wish. But he didn't want to wait for a wish to come true. He tried to make it happen, but not with paper cranes, but with marbles. And every Saturday wasn't just another day. One marble, one wish, every single week. A voice from the audience called, "Well, it's Saturday right now. You got a marble?" And Tony laughed, reached into his pocket, and held one between his fingers. The crowd erupted in cheers. "I'm going out after this," he cried, "and you're invited." Robert laughed too, but deep down, the realization hit him hard. He needed to start spending his Saturdays before they ran out. Robert sat in silence long after the video had ended, and he looked around his apartment. Plain, undecorated, a space he had never truly lived in. And the weight of lost time pressed down on him like never before. But instead of despair, something else stirred inside him. Determination. That every Saturday, Robert made a decision. He would start using his marbles wisely. Initially, he was straightforward and pretty tame with his bucket list. He went to his favorite diner and placed his order, and instead of hurrying through his meal, he truly savored it. The following week, he pushed himself further. He had always liked music, but he had never let himself indulge in it, so he bought a ticket to a concert, his first ever. Wondering why he had denied himself something so thrilling for so long. He stood in a sea of people and felt like the bass pounded on his chest. The Saturdays kept coming and Robert kept pushing. With only a map and an open mind, he exited the airport after booking a flight for a backpacking trip. He laughed with strangers, got lost in foreign streets, and watched the sunset from places he'd only seen in YouTube videos. He decided to give fashion a shot. He experimented with clothes, learned what suited him and what made him feel good. He walked down the street. He had always worn jeans and a t-shirt, so it was awkward at first, but he quickly got the hang of it. Dressing well didn't just change how he looked, but how he felt. And dating, he finally put himself out there. No more assuming he wasn't good enough. No more backing off out of plans. He went on dates with people he actually liked. Some worked out, some didn't, but that wasn't the point. The point was that he was trying for the first time in his life. His friends noticed the change. The man who once turned down invitations suddenly appeared at parties, planning weekend trips, and even dragging them to car racing events. Robert had never been a sports guy, but the roar of F1 engines and the rush of excitement in the stands was electric. He had spent years assuming he wouldn't enjoy these things, but now he was making up for lost time. On Saturdays, he would select a marble from a jar and put it aside. Time was passing, but he was now keeping pace with it. Years passed and his life became a collection of stories instead of regrets. Then on his 75th birthday, a Saturday, Robert sat on a beach by the lake, watching the swans glide across the water. Dressed sharply, his hair silver, but his spirit unchanged. He looked like a man who had figured out the secret to happiness. A group of young people nearby whispered, puzzled by the small marble he held between his fingers. "Why is that old man always carrying around a marble?" one of them asked. An elderly woman walking her dog overheard and smiled. "Because today is his last one." One of the young men frowned his brows. "Last what?" "His last Saturday," she explained. "He's been counting them since he was your age." A group watched as Robert gently tossed a marble into the lake, sending ripples dancing across the water as it skipped along the surface. With a satisfied grin, he closed his eyes and inhaled the clean air. He had always done something memorable on Saturdays. He had spent them living. And in the end, that was all that mattered. Do not squander time, for that is the stuff life is made of. Benjamin Franklin. What are your thoughts on the story? Did it cause you to reevaluate your Saturday routine? Are you thinking of buying a jar, making a marble for yourself? Well, now that you've thought about it, let's talk about how you can turn that realization into action. He's not just about counting time you have left. It's about making every moment count. And here's how you can start living with intention today. 1. Make time for what matters. The biggest adventure you can take is to live the life of your dreams. Oprah Winfrey. Number 2, be intentional with your time. The way to get started is to quit taking and begin doing. Walt Disney. And create marble moments. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Steve Jobs. So what's stopping you from doing something exciting right now? Thanks for watching this video. How would you like to hear more motivational stories consistently? Do me a favor and support the channel by sharing and commenting below. And please make sure to like and hit that subscribe button to get the latest update. Soon, you will be on your way to feeling inspired.